Yeah, hello from the Dreamport Discord server. I'm Shadow's Pub, bringing you Pimp Your Post Thursday. On the show today, we'll share posts, meet others, and have some fun. You can share your own post or someone else's you really like. To take part, drop the PYPT emoji into the show text channel. I'll add you to the list to take a turn sharing posts. When I call on you, add your post link to the text channel, come on voice to tell us about it. Keep it brief, like a short commercial for the post. If you can't do voice, it's okay. You can share by text, but text and link must be ready to paste into the text channel when I call on you. You can have more than one turn, but you must use the emoji for each turn. Okay, let's get started. And we'll let Blue go first.
Thank you.
Ooh, and he was ready.
He is ready. I am sharing a post that Wes Philbin found, and I don't think he's at his peak today, so he can't hang around as much as he would like. But I'm sharing this post. It's just a nice little write up from somebody, thoughtful daily post, and I think it's worth a read as well. Um, Go read about what she's talking about. It's she's got a lot on her mind, and I think it would help if a bunch of us stop in and say hi and give her why does this keep dropping in and out?
What's
Oh, it
drop?
wasn't me. Thank you. It wasn't me. It was someone else. It's been dropping in and out on me today. Discord.
Oh,
So,
I've been hearing you right along.
oh, good, because I got enough issues going on today. Anyway, I think it's a worthy post for us to read, and maybe let her know how we're feeling, how she's feeling. Give her a hi.
Yeah, and there's some nice photos there as well.
Yeah,
I love that
it
one
is.
with the shadow.
I do too. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, good eye there. Huh.
I'm going to take advantage and drop another one in because,
Oh, another emoji.
yeah,
Sounds like a
like I said,
plan.
I got things to say.
Ooh. Can we survive Blue having things to say?
The question isn't whether we can survive; it's whether I can get everything said before our meeting starts. I think it's supposed to be at like 1:15.
What
But who
meeting?
knows when they'll show up.
Oh,
My wife and
meeting.
I have people
Yeah.
coming.
I was thinking meeting on here and I was going, am I behind on something? There we go. And Old School is up now. Old School presents by text and says, a great post describing the lives of some free roaming dogs who love to hang around in the park and play. And it includes a video.
Cool.
Nothing like free will dog. They're kind of like free will cats, except bigger.
You will have cats
I'm just holding my breath that somebody will stay quiet in the
and
background.
play video.
She didn't stay quiet this morning when I was recording my podcast. So my
Oh, wow.
podcast went out with editorial
Oh.
comment. Kitty Girl says, at first I thought it said the dogs hang out and play video. Maybe they do. Dogs can be pretty smart.
They can.
And Paolo, you are up next. Paolo, are you with us? There we go. I see Paolo typing. She must be on a call of some sort or had to step away. Okay, Paolo, go ahead and drop the text and the link in, please. It'd be a new trick for the old dogs. Ah, you got yours ready to go, Paolo? There we go. You got your text ready too?
Gratitude.
There we go. And she says, I have chosen this publication because it deals with the subject of accepting the death of a person very close to you. I don't know if the story is true, but the emotions it stirred within me were. We have all experienced the loss of people we love and care about. We know how it feels. But I wanted to present it because it is a beautiful tribute to the person who is no longer here. Nice choice. Yeah, we all experience death, and sometimes it hits us in a different way. Is that Paulo's hive name that she's using here on Discord?
Yes, her name is Paloma P3 on Hive.
Okay, thank you. Good job, Paloma. That's when you know you've got the feels, doesn't it?
Mm,
When those tears kick up
waterworks.
on you. Yeah, the waterworks. That's a nicer way of putting it. Ah, tears are tears. What the hell? And old school's coming up for number 2. There's Belikas. There he is. He's typing. We got some theme music going today. I said, and old school says, an interview with the noble horse. Now, that's what you take. That takes skill. I thought I was doing good interviewing Chat GPT, but this one interviews a horse.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Bring carrots.
Bring carrots?
Yeah, doesn't the interview go better if you have carrots or sugar cubes?
Oh, yeah, that could be. Second edition of our Green Show, for which we receive Her Highness Jemmy de Lutter, a 27-year-old mare, always as classy since she is retired. Now that should be an interesting interview to read from the horse's perspective.
Like straight from the horse's mouth.
Literally. And Blue, you're up.
I am.
And this will be straight from the horse's mouth.
It certainly will be, won't it? Fear not, campers. There is a garden post coming your way.
Oh, I know who I forgot to tag. Oh, he may not be
This
ready.
is an update on my tomato seedlings, which I am doing an experiment with this year. Normally I put them in around March 15th. This batch of 6 I actually put in January 15th, so they're actually 2 months older than I normally would. And typically they go outside in the first week in May, but these guys are going to get potted up indoors and put in a big window and won't go outside until 2 months later. So I'm trying to see if I can get some tomatoes to fruit up inside, indoors. I'm trying to extend. There's this thing called a window where you're the last of your garden and the last of your canned goods is done, and the first of your garden produces. It's called the hunger gap, and it's if you're trying to be self-sustaining, you try and figure out how to solve that problem between when you last harvested and froze stuff or potted canned stuff, and then the first of the new harvest. So the hunger gap, I'm trying to experiment with these tomatoes and see if I can force at least one thing in the middle there.
Now
That
would narrow the
happens.
gap a little bit on that aspect.
That's the goal, is to either produce a lot more so that you can more to carry you over, or try and figure out how to narrow that gap between when you harvest. This year, I think I'll have more potatoes over winter, and who knows what other things. Once I get good at this, a few years down the road, I'm going to start doing, like wheat, and try and get my own flour to make my own bread kind of thing. But the tomatoes here are an experiment in the hunger gap.
So I thought that wheat takes quite a lot in order to get enough flour to make any amount of bread.
Well, that is true, but obviously it wouldn't be here at this house. It's if we ever when we ever move to the forever, we can take a big chunk of some of the land and grow some wheat and some corn, grind up some cornmeal, and over winter use that. Corn you get more. Wheat takes a lot. An 8 foot by 8 foot, or basically 2 meter by 2 meter, is a couple of loaves of bread.
Yeah.
So you're right, it's not a lot, but if you did that same 8 by 8, you can grind up that corn and get more cornbread out of it.
And you can produce flour out of a lot of things, actually.
I can't, but somebody could.
Well, you can. Um, a simple little coffee grinder will grind stuff up into small batches of flour.
Yes, although I can't imagine making tomato flour.
It's actually kind of interesting. Actually, tomato, beets, carrots, those actually make interesting seasoning type additions to dishes
Right.
when
Anyway, the
they're
post is
ground
about
up.
how I deal with the experiment, getting my tomatoes up to a slightly bigger pot, and then the next one will be hopefully them in their forever pots, and getting them into the big south-facing windows.
Should be fun.
It will be.
Thank you, Blue. And James, you're up. James, are you with us?
Don't even see him typing.
Graybeard.
Napping?
I don't know. We can't kick his chair. That's the problem. We can't just make him fall off his chair.
No, we can't.
Eddie sound.
There he is. You have sound.
Yeah, I had to set up. I was sitting in. I'm using two different browsers. The app and the browser.
Okay.
Okay, so this post here, I saw this post and it was a great read. So for those of you who are don't know Sam or don't
Um,
know her, all that what?
James,
Oh, go ahead.
could you share the link with us, please?
I'm sorry, I put it in the wrong. She's right. Kitty Girl's right. I'm in the wrong channel.
Yeah. Maybe pull it into this channel so we can all see it. There we go.
That's a little better.
Okay, so I confused myself by zipping into the wrong. I was on the wrong channel on the other in the browser itself. Okay, so this is about when Sam had a couple of strange visitors that just totally made her freaking day. And anyone that knows Sam, this is going to be an interesting read and a very, very good informational post. And Hidden Gems, the subject itself is awesome. And I also associated Hidden Gems with the two little visitors that were there too. So y'all have good funds with this post.
I don't think
Um,
Jimmy realizes that Jimmy, James, as you heard me call, wasn't you, it was Graybeard.
no, Jimmy was tagged and arrived
Oh,
immediately.
okay. Glad you were watching. All right. Thank you, James.
Malik tagged a bunch of people.
Oh, good for her. Thank you, Belikas. And speaking of Belikas, you're up. Good timing. Okay, come on and tell us about this post.
Hi, good day, everyone.
How are you?
Okay, yeah, fine. I do believe we're all dreamers. I mean, that's what got us here in the first place. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so that's what got us here in the first place. So, this story it's a very tricky one. Two odd things happened in a day, like, and it's all started with a dream. Like, do you believe in your dreams? And but how have you been working towards making working towards it or working against it? What have you been doing towards your dream? So this is just about a dream and asking if miracle does. Hello, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Belikas. Dreams can end up being many things to many people, can't they? All right.
Yeah, sure. Dreams are we all have our dreams. You know, so some are crazy, some are weird.
Yeah,
They just end up being making us
there are the dreams
true.
we
I
we they're the dreams we have about our future, and then there's the dreams we have at night, isn't it? Or when
yeah,
we sleep, whichever comes
yeah,
first.
yeah. And there are some that you can just sit and you just get translated into the dream. Like your thoughts will just be off and you feel you're in this place that you can't even explain. It just happens like that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you, Belikas.
Thank you.
And our friend Old School is up this time. He's on a roll today. There we go. And he says that this post is a quick and fun to enter, and everyone gets a prize. It's the Let Our Picture Tell Your Story, edition number 39. So always contests around to participate in. Okay, Abdul Kudus, you are up. There he is. I see him typing.
Okay, good day everyone. This is a post by myself, so I'm not I write this post. I am the author, and it's a post in response to the inkwell prompt, the non-fiction prompt for week 22. So the prompt is about fail, try again, fear and all those kind of stuff. So, but I wrote about a time when I was in school. So I had to face a lot of challenges from my supervisor and all those kind of stuff like that. So I detailed it in the post how I overcome the fear and how I overcome failure also, because I didn't like the supervisor they gave me. I never passed that course from the beginning of the term of the session. So now finally she became my supervisor again. I just had to battle with that fear and failure. So that is, you can check it out in the post. It's more detailed there. Thank you.
All right. Good job. My supervisor gave me a tough time. Try, fail, and try again. Good motto.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Blue, you're up.
And up.
You are.
And I have a post that is calling attention to the upcoming 3 weeks of challenge with Dreamport and PinMapple. And it's really just a way to echo the post that Dream wrote about it a couple of days ago, about the PinMapple contest. So I hope everybody reads it and participates. I hope everybody knows what PinMapple is. I guess that's a good question.
Ah, so you can do travels in your mind.
Yeah, you don't have to actually go anywhere. You
So
can.
that opens up an interesting possibility. A person could hop onto something like Google Earth and explore around an area and then write as though they were actually there and what they would have done while they were exploring.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, looks like Alessandra's decided not to ignore us.
She rejoined us. She actually looks
I-
forward to being with us on Thursdays.
I don't think she does. I think she's ignoring us.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Alessandra, show your life. Say
She's
hello.
hanging out with her dragon cat.
Alessandra, were you booking accommodations?
For her dragon cat?
Yeah.
No. I found my calendar though. I'm like,
Ooh.
okay, March 2023.
So
One.
did you hear what Blue was just talking about?
I missed it. I just came back in to the
So
conversation.
there's this cool thing on Hive called PinMapple, and you can write about travels and you put a pin on their map as to where those travels went.
Oh.
And oh, geez, somebody I know is going to be traveling in the next few days.
Ah, be me.
You
Yeah,
pin map. I meant to
It's
just
called
grab
Pin
pin mapple.
Apple, like an apple pie.
No, see the
PinMapple.
link in there?
Oh, Pen Maple.
So you could be writing your journal as you travel
It,
and participating in the
Oh.
Dreamport challenge.
so you click on the map and there's a button on the map that says my location, or I'm sorry, get code. If you click on that and then you click on the location you're at, it'll give you a
James is
code
funny.
that you add specifically to your post.
In fact,
Oh, okay. I get it.
both
I
you
get it.
and Devin could be journaling your trip.
You going together or no?
Kind of going together. We'll diverge at London. I'm gonna blow off going to Paris because it's stinky there right now. Their sanitation is on strike. It's like Paris is ooh. Don't breathe downwind.
Oh, it's funny you say that because I feel the same about uh Venice, 3/4 of the year, it's awful.
It's stinky. I was talking to Rose Horowitz yesterday. She's like, "Oh, I would go anyway," and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know.
You can wear
I'm-
an oxygen mask.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I was thinking about just staying in London and focus on being by myself and writing and see if not being
Journaling
on
your
camera.
travels.
Yeah.
So now you have something you can do with that writing.
It's funny, I just clicked on my own link in PinMapple about when I was walking around St. James Park in
Okay,
London.
so Blue, what do I do? Do I go to Hive first and search for Pineapple, or I go to
No, go to
Dreamport first?
pinmapple.com.
Oh.
If you scroll back up, the link is there. Blue gave it to you.
Oh,
Pin-
Blue, do you have to do everything for me? Oh my
Probably.
God, look at that.
He's not going to write the post for you. That you have to do.
No, you have to use an AI to write the post for yourself.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, that's next level. I'm like, never mind, I'll just write the damn thing.
Yeah, she doesn't have my patience, Blue. So
Thank you, Blue.
Dreams Team has joined us, and oh, where did Mo Lovely go? She was here. Oh well, she may be back. And Sam, you're up. There we go. Ooh,
Hello.
nice pick.
Yeah, this is it's an AI pick from a site I didn't even know existed really, to be honest. So this is a post by Kai, our plot queen, and she won the Inkwell this last week with her short story, and it's a really lovely little short story on dreams and the stars. It's if anybody's ever read it before, she's fantastic. She's a fantastic writer. So if you like fiction, and go
Nice.
and give it a check out. Yeah, she's good. Sorry,
Did
that
I?
was kind of sudden because she was in my list, and I saw Dream come on, and so I ditched the post I was going to share of Dreams in case she wanted to share it. So I was
Well,
caught a bit off guard.
I saw Dream drop an emoji and it disappeared. Dream, are you? Did you really withdraw your emoji? Where'd it go then? Oh, I know where it went. Nice try there. You're on the list, Dream. All right, Felikas, you're up. That's an interesting looking horse. Unicorn, whichever you wish to call it.
Hi everyone, I'm back again. Just like Sam shared the post on K2. If wishes were horses, oh gosh, I would really ride them. So everywhere I'm going to, it should really be nice. So today's post is based on what the Nigerian government said. Gosh, we all know about the cash policy going on in Nigeria right now, and how the rate of poverty has just increased. Like it's just increased. So now, after all that, after neglecting us and making us feel like we don't even exist, they just came back, and right now they said something. I don't know what they said, but if you click on that post, like on the link, I'm very sure you know what they said, and trust me, you would really laugh because it is actually funny, like so funny. So that's all about the post. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Balikas. And Wong, I am going to unmute you so that you can present your post, please. And Wong has muted themselves. Very good. And I see Wong e-typing. There we go. Okay. Come on, voice, and tell us about this now.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Hello,
So
Wong.
this, hi, hello. This is going to be my first time in post, so I chose this post of mine. It's a post in response to the monthly prompt of the emotions and feelings community, and the prompt was on satisfaction. So I gave my views on satisfaction, and I went ahead to share a story that I derived satisfaction from. Yes, so we're going to keep it short. Thank you.
Wong, is it possible for you to move the mic a little?
Okay.
Is it possible for you to bring the mic a little bit away from your mouth and see if we can hear you a little clearer?
Okay, how about now?
Try that.
Okay,
You don't have a
so
headset on, do you?
I do.
You do. There's a lot of noise in it.
Unfortunately, I live by the main road, so probably that's where the noise is coming from.
Oh,
But
Okay.
can you hear me?
Ooh.
Hello.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of noise there. Nice try though, and good job, Wong.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And if you would mute yourself again, please, that'd be great. It does. Wong, if you'd put yourself there we go. Thank you. And who won?
Miss Dream.
Okay, Dream, you have won 1 HBI. Because the giveaway bot seems to be down this morning. So we're doing it a little differently. So I will mark 1 HBI to Dream's team. Thank you, Blue. And Abdul Kudus, you're up. And I see him typing. There we go. All right.
Okay, so this post is by Princess Busayo. So, and she wrote it in a response to the Neuxian prompt. So they have a monthly prompt that they organized. So for the citizens in their channel. So she made the topic is about writing about your country. So just tell us about your country. Then Princess here gave the response that despite the hardship and all this and everything happening in the country, she is still proud to be a Nigerian and a citizen of the country. So also she added in the post about the food she do eat, the food we have in the country, her favorites. So and Princess said she's going to leave our country. Despite she like the country, she's still going to leave the country again. But she don't want to leave permanently, so she's still going to come back. So that's all about her post. You can still check out to get more details. Thank you.
All right. Nice job. Thank you. And Jimmy. Jimmy has a cold today. Thought she'd present by
Um,
text.
Can I ask you, was it at 45, 50, and 55 minutes? Is that what you were saying?
45, 55, and 65, if you could, please.
Okay.
Okay. Hey everyone, this is my entry to the Creative Nonfiction Inkwell prompt. It talks about my experience while encountering a series of failure experiences and my willingness to overcome it despite all that. You might enjoy reading it, so have fun. Am I resigned to failure? Now there's a title for you. Okay. And Dream, you are up.
Okay, just give me one. Hey, that is the post that I was going to share. He's just, did you want to talk for me too, Blue? He's just on it today, huh? So today is.
Did you mute? He muted you.
That cracks me up.
Okay, Bluefin. Unmute Our Lady.
He's
couldn't.
just on fire today. See, and this is people wonder why I limit his his server permissions. Okay, so today is the Dreamport Challenge, and this month we are visiting PinMapple, and I've seen PinMapple things up in the chat before I got in here, so it probably has already been talked about, but it's going to be really fun. And just so everybody knows, I had one person talking today, yesterday in my DM about how they really struggle with not being able to get out and travel. You know, sometimes we think like, oh, sure, you can go someplace, you know, but sometimes people need a little bit more like help in realizing what kind of things actually qualify as, you know, travel. So next week, I'm going to make it a little bit more open so that people can explain that they don't have to be on this great big trip. I think one of the posts that I've done in the last few weeks was literally just about a half a mile from my home. And it was showing pictures of how the road washed out. And I used that location as a PinMapple. And it actually did really, really well because I was explaining my life in regards to my location, which is what PinMapple is all about. It's not about taking grand, fabulous, expensive trips, though those would be wonderful if you can afford that. But it's about sharing your part of the world with everyone else and connecting that with your post on Hive. And it's a really neat project. So if you haven't had a chance to get it ready for today, next week's prompt will be a little bit more inclusive, I think. And it will just explain how to be a part of that without feeling like you need to spend a lot of money traveling and all that kind of stuff. And I do also believe that they do not require pictures. I think I had mentioned share the pictures and show us where you've been and stuff like that, but I think PinMapple actually does not require pictures.
They do not.
Yeah, so yeah. So just so
So-
everybody knows that.
If I understood Blue's post, they also don't actually require travel. They require you talking about traveling.
Yeah, right. So that's what we're gonna try to make that a little bit more clear for next week. Because I thought that this would be something that everybody could do, but now I'm seeing that there are still people who are struggling and they want to be a part of it. So we're gonna make it so that they can be a part of it next week.
So this week is part of the challenge. I thought it started next week. I misunderstood.
Nope, it starts today. Today is
Okay.
the first week. And so, yes, the challenge is actually today, and everybody needs to have their first PinMapple post in by 5 p.m. today. It used to be 4 p.m. Now it's 5 p.m. PST because we did our time change. So
no pressure, guys, but get it done today.
exactly. But it should be, I mean, it should kind of, now that you know those things that we just shared, it should be a little bit easier. If you have the opportunity, you still have about 7 hours to get a post ready. And if not, don't worry, join in next week. The end.
So the suggestion was made earlier when Blue posted that You could actually go on Google Earth and find a location and write about it as if you had traveled there.
Wow. Okay, so it can be fiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool. So maybe we'll make that our third week. We'll do like a fiction story. That's pretty cool. That's good to know.
So this week
Uh,
has to be actual travel in Dreamport?
Well, I think that's what the post said, but anybody here that's hearing, I'm not going to make a new post updating because it's kind of like last minute, but anybody here that's hearing me that hasn't had a chance to do a post, go ahead and do anything that I've just mentioned today, and we will absolutely accept it if you put it into Dreamport.
Yeah, please don't choose traveling to Narnia. It's kind of hard to put on the map.
Yeah,
um,
the lamppost is not there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the giveaway a minute early. I have to drop out, and if Kitty, if you could do the last one. 1, 2, 3. Belikas wins the
3
next one.
HBI. Thank you.
Nice.
Okay. And I have to drop out. Bye all.
Bye.
See ya. Oh, he was up to present next, but I guess he won't be.
I think he kicked me off and put his in there. So I don't think he really was. I think he was keeping my spot.
That could
So,
be.
Yeah.
So Dream, when is the deadline today?
So today it's 5 o'clock PST to have it into Dreamport. And if you look up there, Pravish has the description of the PinMapple community, and it shows the different things that you can. So you must post it into the PinMapple, and I did mention that on our post, that post into their community, not into Dreamport or well, I mean, not using Dreamport as your first tag. And then you can use Dreamport Challenge anywhere in there, and then any other, I think travel is a nice one. Nature is a nice one if you go for a walk. Photography is great if you use any pictures. I've gotten curated by all three of those communities while writing for PinMapple. So combining some nice tags helps you to get curated by multiple places and even boost more.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And again, James, Smallville might be kind of hard to map. Although Metropolis could be done since it was modeled on the city of Toronto. So there you go. You can do Metropolis and have the super dude. We just have to use Toronto as the pin. Okay, Sam, you're up. And now is a good time to be dropping links, folks. Or emojis. Wake up. James is going to the University of Toronto. Good for you. What are you taking? Yeah, the creator of
Waiting for
Smallville is
James.
actually Canadian, kitty girl. Or not Smallville, Superman. Okay, Sam, go ahead.
Okay, this is one of Dream's posts about a mystery beyond Hive Buzz. And it talks about a really cute little engagement that she had with Hive Buzz, and just really kind of it reiterates that there is a person behind the Hive Buzz bot. It's not really just a bot. There is somebody there as well, reading the messages that come back and forth. But it's really, really cute little interaction there. And one of the things actually just that I realized is that because Hive Buzz also have these proposals that they do in terms of how they go around the blockchain, giving people their stats and that all the time, popping onto people's posts and saying you've got so many upvotes now, you've got so many, you've achieved this, etc. But I had a couple of months ago upvoted one of their proposals, and out of this post, I saw with the comments and everything that I mean, I knew that their proposal hadn't like succeeded at one point, and then there was another kind of whip around where they were asking people to upvote their proposal, and I thought I'd gone and done that, and but I think now that there might be a bit of a problem with the ecency link for upvoting or for like voting for the proposals, because I actually tried it 3 times and it said I was successful. But I had an Archange come back to me a couple of times saying it's just not registering, not registering. And so I had to go through Hive sign-in. And then he said, yep, it worked now. Thank you so much. So if you think that you're supporting their proposals, I mean, they lost their funding. Maybe it's because a link is not working. I'm not sure. So I did make him aware of that. But just something to think about. Yeah, I don't know how we check.
Well, it
Just a
sounds like if
question
you're
for
an
everybody as well. Yeah.
ecency, it sounds as though if you're an ecency user that maybe you should go and use PYPT or something like that to vote just to be sure it's gone through.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know what the issue is really. I might just drop in and ask Melinda if she knows. But clearly it gave me 3 times. That's the funny thing though, actually, because I clicked on the link, the ecency link, but then when obviously when you try to when you say yeah I want to support this proposal, it takes you to opens up your keychain thing in like PeakD or something. It's like really weird. And I'm like, what am I in now? I'm still not very au fait with this blockchain thing stuff, as you can see. But yeah, so I think I might just drop into the SNC Discord and just them. But it would be a shame if that's kind of one of the reasons why they're losing their funding.
It's definitely not one of the
certain links.
reasons, but
No, no,
Okay, all right.
there's some conflict going on between the large account holders. I'm shocked. That just
yes, yeah,
never happens on
shocking. I
Hive.
Yeah.
know. But I did notice that same thing, Sam, because I was like, I just upvoted this, and now when I went back to click on the link to send it into my post, it showed that I hadn't supported again. And I was like, that's weird. And I clicked it again.
Mm-hmm.
So now that you said
Exactly.
that, I will go in with PeakD and make sure that it's definitely with all, my husband's account, my son's account, everybody's.
So
Thank
the
you
Yeah,
la-
for
so
that.
that's
the
yeah.
last time
But
I
yeah, so
heard
I'll
that
let them
there
know.
was the last time I heard that there was conflict going on, apparently the reason behind it is Archange has multiple proposals in, but the thing of it is Archange does multiple projects on the platform. So personally, I don't have an issue with supporting multiple projects.
Exactly. If he's doing the work, why would there even be an issue? It's just sometimes people get so funny about things.
Yeah, I agree. So we, the little people, go and do the supporting and offset some of the larger ones that are being petty. To me, they're being petty, anyways.
Yeah. Right, but that aside, which I thought was a really good point to raise in this forum anyway, definitely go and check out the post because it is very cute.
So Dream, I see you said something here about you created the image over 3 hours in Midjourney and 3 other apps. You spliced 2 images together. When you say you spliced 2 together, did you use the blend
No,
command? Ah,
no, I actually painstakingly it took because often what happens with Midjourney and what people don't realize is sometimes you will get the most incredible half of your image and you can if you take the seed of that image and then try to generate it again with something new, sometimes they still take the other half and they keep trying to force it in. So it's really tricky. And so what you basically have to do is now try to get that same coloring and that same lighting and that same theme and do the other half. And it's very, very tricky. It takes a long time to get the images just so, but that one was a labor of love. And I was so happy with the way that it came out in the end because one is obviously trying to represent, the dreamy fairy kind of girl. And then one is trying to represent like the hive buzz, but also there's a little fireflies in there because yes, James, its butt is glowing a little bit. Just trying to get everything all kind of together in love, and yeah, it was pretty cool. And I've loved the interaction with me in Hive Buzz. Even I remember early on when I was back on Steam, I used to talk to bots that I knew were bots, and people would tease me about it, and I'd say it's just it's not really a matter of me talking to a bot. It's just being kind in general and kind of training myself to do that, And so I did think when I first started talking to HiveBuzz that it was a bot. And when they started answering me back, I was like, see, this is why. This is why you should train yourself to be kind, because you never know.
So I used Midjourney yesterday to create social media icons for my website. I'm working on doing an upgrade to it.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's what I come up with for Facebook,
Ooh,
and Hive got included,
I love it.
and
You are getting
Instagram.
so
So
good.
that wasn't done all in one shot. The the actual icon was created in one movement, and
Uh-huh.
the social media images was created in another one, and then I brought the
Okay.
two of them together.
Yeah, because that's what you really have to, in order for you to be able to really master, I think, AI. And this is why I really, I'm not trying to take over this portion of the show for AI, but um, the reason why I think there definitely is room for both to grow is because some of the best AI artists out there are artists in their own right that are now taking AI as a little shortcut and then painting on top, and and their stuff is absolutely, like, it's just top notch. It's above and beyond what I think AI is doing. I've seen some that are just like breathtaking. But I did this yesterday. This one took me about 4 hours, and it's for my niece. And if any of you actually saw my niece, you would think this was actually her picture, and I never used her image. I just kept tweaking and tweaking to make it look more like her, and I cannot believe it looks like I'm looking at my niece there. So it was,
Nice.
yeah. She's an author. This is going to be a post in the future because she's going to be 10 years old, and she just wrote her first book. It was featured in her school's author parade, and it was about orcas. And so I created this image for her, and I'm going to see her in just a few days, and I want to have a little video interview with her, and I'm going to present her with these things, and it's just going to be really special. But yeah, I could never do this. I'm not that talented, but because of AI, I was able to create this for her, and it's just, I'm super excited.
It's cool. Version
Thanks.
version 5 has started to roll out. It started yesterday.
Yes, I saw. Were you part of the voting to
Yep.
try to, like, yeah, me too. Yeah,
So
very cool.
the image that's on my podcast today
Hmm.
of the lady in the coffee shop, that was done with version 5.
Ah, what's new on version 5? I heard they finally fixed the fingers.
Well, we'll wait and see. I
Oh,
won't say that they've got the fingers fixed until I actually create images and the fingers,
right,
work.
exactly. Yes,
Or
yes.
even I've started creating stickers,
Uh-huh.
and some of the cat stickers that I created had 3 paws on the back end instead of only
Yes.
2.
Yes. Some of the whales that I created in the images had like 4 fins. I'm like, why?
I created one though that Alessandra really loves.
Well, I want to see it. You can send it to my DM later.
I'll drop it in here.
It stars Nisa Boo, and she is riding
Aww.
a pink dragon with the scariest teeth that you ever saw.
She has a rather interesting hiss at times. Hey, Stacy.
The Claire's Corner is not actually in here. Do we need to?
Yep, she'll be in a moment.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. That is cool. I like it. I like when they make the stickers. They're really neat.
Yeah, I had fun with that one. Hi, Stacy, you made it.
Stacy, welcome.
I made it. Okay,
So
there I am.
the Claire's Corner is Stacy, and she's a friend from over on Clubhouse.
Nice. Hi, Stacy.
Good morning, everyone.
Good to see you made it in. And you dropped the emoji. That wasn't so hard, was it?
I knew you knew I could do it.
Yep, absolutely. And
she did it so smoothly. Unlike me, I like fell into the china shop.
just put the Y on it, James. You're good. I like how he did that. Use all the options to see which one to cover. Okay, Kitty Girl, you're up. Kitty Girl, you with us? There you are.
Well, I'm dropping text with mine in case my voice connection's not.
Fair enough. Okay, give your voice a try.
Our friend Bimier or Bimier, however you say her name, has got multiple sclerosis, a disease which is ever present but generates flare ups periodically. The most recent flare up sent her to the hospital, which is why she hasn't been on Hive for the last month. A little encouragement on her latest post might be nice to cheer her.
That's an excellent idea. So not only read the post, but please leave comments. Whoop! You're a little bit ahead of me there, Stacy. But that's okay because you're up next.
What? Sorry about that. I was trying to make sure I got it in there.
I know you were.
Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to jump ahead.
That's okay. Go ahead and present your post. Tell us what your post is about.
Talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. All right, gosh. Way to make an entrance and then drop all the stuff in my arms in front of everyone. Okay. So I wrote an article last year, and basically it's a blog / article, but it's the first time I wrote anything original and placed it on a website that I created a year ago. And the website was formed to bring people to our discussion space on Clubhouse, which is a dial-in audio app. But I know I wanted to start experimenting with what does Stacy have to offer that's original to me. And I've written my whole life, but I've never really sat down to say, okay, what should I write about today? Well, I have this interesting connection with invisible helpers, as I call them. And I said, all right, guys, what should we write about today? And they told me to write about the trees and how the trees speak to us, that the trees are sentient. And if you just take a few minutes to say hello, they might have something to say back. So I went out into my backyard and I put my hands on each of my date palms that are now 15 and 17 years old. They were grown down in Yuma, Arizona, and brought up here to be planted in the yard. We had taken out 5 sisu trees, which are typically planted in large grassy plains or grass areas. They're not really meant to be planted in subdivisions or homes because their roots are so large. They interfere with walls and pools and things like that. So we had removed 5 sisus, but we had to replace them with trees of a similar stature, which is why these date palms are so massive. And so I went out and put my hands on each of them, and to my surprise, they had things to say. So that's what the article is. It's 7 steps to connect with your tree friends. So you might have trees in your yard or trees that you walk by in your neighborhood or near you in open spaces like reserves or parks. And if you just take a minute, they might have something to offer. Just place your hand on and listen to what they say. So the steps, the article walks you through how to connect with them.
All right. Your first is always the one that you kind of look back on, isn't it?
Yeah. And it actually had a really beautiful response from the community we have in the Claire's Corner and through the website. So I hope you guys enjoy. And I know you have lots of trees up in Canada and wherever else you're calling in from today. They're our beautiful friends, always waiting to be of service.
There's a line of Manitoba maples on the west side of my property. I have almost an acre of property. And my neighbor curses them because they drop lots of leaves and branches, and he mows my lawn. So Dream has dropped you a link to a video that she did some time ago about a tree or trees. Alexander says, I went to the redwoods and took a forest bath for a couple of days. I did the hands-on thing. The trees had lots of things to say. Oh, is that it? That's a quote out of the story, Alexander, or is that your experience?
That's my experience.
Very nice. Why did you freak out? Oh, because you weren't expecting an answer?
Oh,
No,
I thought it would be relaxing. I didn't know I was gonna like receive anything.
guess what? Um, Stacy doesn't yet have a Hive account. It's not off the table. It isn't fully on the table yet. Does that sum that up, Stacy?
Yeah, many of the things you share, Shadow, are still foreign language to me, so I'm still learning. But we started talking about setting up a Hive account this morning, and then we both had to go. So I look forward to learning and understanding. Means, when you come into a new space, the space has its own tribal language or nomenclature. So I look forward to learning with all of you.
And you've got a fair number of new things on your plate at the moment too, so we'll work through them. And so Dream, you've heard me talk about Dreamport, Stacy?
Yes.
Okay. Dreamsteam is the creator of Dreamport, and she's just commented that she'd love to have you drop your post into Dreamport.
Okay, so touch
I will
the
do it for you. So tomorrow I'll drop it in for you since it's like your first, and then yeah, you can just come in here and talk to Shadows, talk to me, talk to Sam, and we'll help you like get set up. But only when you're ready, no pressure. I just wanted to kind of give you a first little introduction, and so I'll drop it in there, and then hopefully people will come and so if I drop it in there on Friday, they will come on Monday to actually read your post. So Monday you might get some dreamer friends coming in to say hi.
Oh, I like that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're
Do you
welcome.
do you have comments turned on your blog, Stacy?
I can go look.
If you haven't, you might want to turn them on because they are encouraged to leave comments where they can.
Yeah,
I do have comments on.
Okay,
I
perfect.
do.
good.
No one, I maybe have a couple of comments.
There may be a few more coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that because there's more writing to come this year from me. And I just took a very simple, easy approach last year, and I just did a few posts because I just wanted to ease myself into it. And it wasn't going to be where I was going to do one a day or one a week. That seemed a little too much because I was already doing a voice podcast daily, which was an interesting experience all on its own. But
That
yeah, I've got 4 originals in there for you guys to take a peek at. So
that can take a while to shift from writing for yourself to writing for others to read.
yeah, because you have to consider who you're writing for, and based on who you're writing for, you adjust the tone and content for that audience. Um, I do that for speaking as well. So I wanted to be thoughtful about how I was doing it. And my invisible helpers always have something to say about what I'm saying or writing. So I had to consider them too.
True enough. All right, Kitty Girl, you're up. Kitty Girl wrote a post.
I looked out the back door and an owl was perched in a tree not more than 10 feet or 3 meters for you metric folks from my back door.
Oh, did we
Yeah,
lose
it
you?
is too. Anyway, it was close. Anyway, I wish I could have gotten a better pick, but I was actually quite lucky to get what shots I did. And in the post, I tell a little trick I used so the owl wouldn't see me. I just kind of slid my phone out the door, a little bit. Um, but I wish I could have gotten a better picture of it. But by the time I ran through the house to get to a window that was overlooking the tree, it had already flown. And if I had just stayed there, I might could have even gotten a picture of the thing in flight. It was just so cool.
So you kind of turned your phone into a spy camera. Slid it out the door to get the secret one. Got a decent shot though.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Nice job. Thank you, kitty girl. Okay, does anybody else have anything they'd like to share today? Okay, looks like we're ready to wrap up for today.
Did we do the 5 HPI drawing?
We didn't. Would you mind doing that for us?
Well, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people in chat.
Okay. We'll just give you a moment to do the draw. And number 1, James has got it. Okay, that'll wrap that up. And you've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday. Thank you for joining us for PYPT, and join us next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Until then, keep on creating. And yep, it's all about community. And oh, bye, Wilma.